This episode got me rock hard.
Powerful Nerdcast assembled!
Stay dandy, baby. Team 7 versus Deepa. Konohamaru versus Victor. This is the big finale of the first major Kara arc, and it absolutely delivers on all fronts. There's just no way that I'm going to be able to do the animation, the fighting choreography, the use of ninjutsu in this episode any sort of justice. It just looked amazing. Take my word for it. This is one of the best action episodes of the entire franchise. It also solidified my love of Deepa, who is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best anime original villain of the series. No competition. His fight against Team 7 in this episode was nothing short of spectacular. Not only getting to highlight all of the characters evolving their powers, but also getting to see them come together to take down a common enemy. You see, that's always been one of the themes of the Naruto franchise, at least to me anyway. It's always been kind of an underdog story, and the skeleton holding all of this together is teamwork. And getting to see that work in this episode so well was what really made me love it. That and of course just the kick you in the teeth awesome ass action. So there's two major battles that are going on in this episode. There's the battle with Victor and the battle with Deepa. Let's talk about Victor's first, because this is just as entertaining as Deepa's, just in a completely different way, and it featured a character interaction that I didn't expect to work out so well. So, Konohamaru initially is battling against Victor, and it's just cool. You know, again, great fighting choreography, and just the fact that Konohamaru is holding his own against Victor, who apparently has the ability to use every single type of chakra nature, which makes him incredibly powerful. But then suddenly, he arrives. Everybody's favorite creepy-ass snake uncle, Orochimaru. And let me just say that it is always really awesome when you get two mad scientists in one room together. It always creates something really fun to watch. And this is a battle of brains versus brawn, but Orochimaru is of course here to establish that he is the #1 mad scientist in the Naruto universe. Most of this battle consists of both of these characters using their regeneration jutsus. We've already known that Orochimaru could do this, and he seems to have made it even better in the small time that he's had with his brand new family, but even Victor could do this, and this actually explains why he's able to grow these limbs from his body, which is visually creepy and also makes for some pretty great action scenes. But what's really great is his regeneration jutsu actually ties directly into a little bit of his backstory and why he wants this chakra fruit in the first place. 1, so that he can become immortal, and 2, so that he can regrow the things that are missing from his body. I'm guessing his eye patch and his peg leg. Personally, I prefer Pirate Victor. So essentially, Orochimaru just completely outclasses Victor, and in a shocking twist, Victor is undone by the thing that he created. The Divine Tree decides to just start eating him like something out of Little Shop of Horrors, and that's pretty much the end of Victor. Victor's demise is a shocking change, especially for people who read the Boruto manga series, but of course, there could be another twist coming. Wink, wink. But let's get to the main event of the episode, Team 7 versus Deepa, and it is freaking-tacular. 1, it's a simple but perfect setting for a final battle. A domed-off building filled with a bunch of trees and limbs, allowing our characters to move around really quick, find cool places to hide, and basically take advantage of the fact that they're cool cartoon ninjas that can do a lot of crazy shit. And Deepa, for the most part, just completely dominates this battle, using his hardened stone cubes in a number of interesting ways. He even throws a freaking Destructo disc. His fighting choreography is on point. He's able to go up against Boruto and Sarada quite easily. However, things get really interesting when we get the arrival of a third fighter who, spoiler alert, turns out, of course, to be Mitsuki. Shock and amaze at the return of everybody's favorite Snake Boy, and Team 7 is back together to throw down against Deepa. And this is great. Team 7 finally here, after basically licking their wounds, getting stronger and evolving their powers. Everybody gets some solid moments in this battle. I love this one scene where Mitsuki is able to dissolve his entire body into snakes. I just think visually it looked really freaking awesome. There's Sarada, who awakens the second Tomo in her freaking Sharingan eye. This is a massive deal for the series, and I have to say, when it happened, I had just goosebumps running down my spine. It was great. And it not only made her more competent in battle, but frankly, it just looked really badass. And then, of course, there's Boruto who's trying to hit Deepa with his high compression Rasengan. And he actually manages to get one shot on him at first, which looks like it's actually working. It looks as if Deepa's armor on his body is actually starting to crack, until suddenly he reveals one of his big trump cards, which is his ability to create a whole nother layer of armor over his other existing layer, essentially making him look like a cross between a knight and a ninja who has this really awesome silver, black and white color scheme, and man, this officially solidifies him as one of the coolest looking characters from the series. Some people might think it looks a little doofy. He looks kind of like maybe a goofy Mega Man boss, but to me, it just makes him all the more unique, and I'm glad that they were able to give him something really cool and flashy looking in this big final battle that he ends up having with Boruto, because everything that follows is just nothing short of incredible. So your first thought is, Boruto's just going to come in, he's going to use another high compression Rasengan, break through the armor, and he's going to be defeated. They actually decide to make it a lot more exciting than that. Boruto does actually do this, but he simply just doesn't have the power to break through this armor, so he's going to need some help. Both Sarada and Mitsuki come over to him, they all end up touching shoulders, Mitsuki wraps it all up with a snake, and they feed him a lot of chakra, thus creating a 3-man jutsu, the super high compression Rasengan, which just absolutely dominates Deepa's world, destroying his armor and leaving a massive wound in his chest, which presumably kills him. Yeah, they end all of these fights in just one freaking episode. Before this episode, I wanted more. I wanted a couple more episodes dedicated to each fight. But everything that I got in this episode has left me more than satisfied, and it was so visually stunning and entertaining that I'm okay with the arc ending here. It is a shame that it looks like Deepa might be officially defeated and we might not see him return later on in the series, but he certainly left an impact, and he's arguably the best original anime villain for the series. So what's the rundown on this episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations? Yeah, I kind of freaking loved this episode. In fact, this is definitely, I think, one of my favorite episodes of the entire Boruto anime. I definitely think it's the best anime original fight. You know, like, if you think about, like, you know, Naruto and Sasuke fighting Momoshiki, to me, that's still, like, one of the absolute greatest, but, you know, a lot of that was taken from a movie. There were a few other scenes which really stand out, but this one, to me, I just think was just everything that I've always wanted from a good Naruto battle, and highlighting my favorite things about it. I love a good one-on-one fight, but I love teamwork in the series, and I love to see what it can actually bring to the table. It manages to make all of the action scenes a little more complex and a lot more fun to watch, and I still want to say that I think the Naruto franchise, Boruto included, have some of the most unique and best action scenes of just about any anime out there. Again, not the best anime of all time, but when it comes to delivering those big final battles of an arc, this is a series that always manages to deliver, and this one right here, to me, is one of the greats. There were just so many fantastic moments from this episode, with the characters literally changing, evolving, becoming stronger, that super high compression Rasengan, freaking Deepa's armor, which I think was really cool looking. I really love that. It just makes his character all the more distinctive. They ever make a Naruto fighting game, put that asshole in there. Konohamaru and Orochimaru, same room together, battling against a villain. If you'd have told me that when I was watching the original Naruto series back in the day, I wouldn't believe you. I would have thought there would be no redemption for Orochimaru, but it's totally happened in this series. It's taken me a long time to accept the fact that he is back and he's staying and he's not going anywhere, but this is the episode that actually reminded me, yeah, Orochimaru, you're pretty damn cool. Yep, this episode is basically as simple as it had cool action, watch it. It was really good. It was really satisfying, and getting to see the growth from these characters is great, and there are some moments here that I think are just absolutely fantastic. That Team 7 combination, super high compression Rasengan, was done so well. The production value of this episode was first class. It looked really good. It was bouncy, it was flashy, it was fluid. There was weight behind every single attack. There were a lot of really great effects that were used in the battle against Deepa. The very composition of the shots themselves was perfectly executed. This was a perfect episode of Boruto in my opinion, and like I said, is easily in my top 5 favorite episodes of the series thus far. By the way, that's a video I'm just going to have to make. But the time has come for you to tell me what you thought about the latest episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. What did you think about that big final battle with Victor and Deepa? Did you have any favorite character moments, favorite action scenes? Do you hopefully want to see the potential return of these characters? Have they been officially defeated? Give me all your thoughts about this episode, what you hope to see for the future of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Give it a thumbs up so you can give it a thumbs up. And make sure to check out more of my reviews. I want to thank everyone who has been supporting me through Patreon lately. I can't thank you guys enough. These donations just mean so much. Remember, first-time donators, I'll review an anime series of your choice. I'd also love to add your name to this list of super amazing people. These are the guys that are making Ace Guru the way it is. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'll see you all next time. And as always, stay down there, baby.